This woman hasn't met somebody who's slightly right of far left, who she didn't want to cancel or kick out of Harvard. But she gets to keep her job because she's black, she's a woman, she's clearly a DEI hire, and she says all the right things to please her left-wing board other than, oh, I condemn calls for genocide against the Jews. This is absurd. Like I said with Tucker yesterday, even getting rid of Claudine Gay won't change a damn thing about Harvard. It's lost. It's disgusting. They're on a different mission now than they were generations ago to actually educate our best and brightest to become tomorrow's leaders. Now they're on a mission to turn everyone into woke zombies who will vote Democrat. And that mission continues. Claudine Gay, I mean, she pushed out people who were black, who were white, men, women, didn't matter. Any position that wasn't woke far left, she loved to target. She lives to fight another day because, God forbid, this board get rid of somebody like that. I'm sorry. It's absurd. Okay. Penn had a different position. They forced their president to resign over the weekend, Liz McGill, in the wake of her terrible performance before Congress last week, where she was talking about the law on free speech like she was talking about, her morning coffee, although it had to do with chants for the death of Jews. It depends on the context. It depends on the pervasiveness. Was she wrong as a legal matter? No, she wasn't. I said it at the time. Doesn't mean what she was saying had the correct tone or moral condemnation of the content, which we would have heard had somebody been out there chanting for death to black people wearing a hood. She couldn't find the moral outrage when it was about Jews, which says a lot about Liz McGill and Claudine Gay and the other one who was out there from MIT. All these women are straight out of central casting. So far, Claudine is weathering the storm, notwithstanding the fact that she appears to be a cheat, too. She appears to have plagiarized not just one time in her dissertation, but the examples are coming out over and over. The Free Beacon has a big post today, Eliana's publication. Claudine doesn't really much like citing people whose ideas she's stealing, from the look of it. And so they want her to stay because the other idea that she's stealing is that it's fine to condemn Jews and call for their deaths on campuses. Yes, she only reversed that position when she was browbeaten to within an inch of losing her job, and then finally she saw the light. She, for today, has garnered the public support of the Harvard Corporation, which writes today that they reaffirm our support for President Gay's continued leadership of Harvard University, and that our, quote, extensive deliberations affirm our confidence that President Gay is the right leader to help our community heal and to address the very serious societal issues we are facing. Wokeism, that's what they're saying. All the white racists. She's the one to stare them down. The fact that she seems to be in favor of anti-Semitism, we're going to give her a pass. We know we've lost a bunch of money, but it's more important to us to appease our super woke George Floyd idealizing left flank. And Claudine is just the gal. In fact, as you look back at Claudine's dissertation, which she apparently plagiarized large portions of, as I mentioned, and some of her other writings coming under scrutiny, you know what? Guess what they're all about? I mean, literally all of them. Race, race, race. Black, 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 white, 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 black, white, black, white. What if you're between black and white, like they are in Brazil? She writes about the Afro-Brazilians. She's never seen something involving race she doesn't want to condemn in a way because she finds it threatening or upsetting or bad for black people. But if you're a Jew, you're on your own. Sorry, Claudine doesn't quite see how you've been oppressed by all the calls for genocide. That's where she draws the line. And apparently so does the Harvard board. They too don't give a damn. And what's going to happen now that she's been reaffirmed? They're saying she's the one to lead Harvard forward in its fight against anti-Semitism. Oh, she is? Okay, so here's what's going to happen. She's now going to triple down on any call that sounds like anti-Semitism because she's scared. She's scared for her own hide. She doesn't want to be fired as the president of Harvard, right? It's embarrassing. So she's going to double down on that. And while she does, she's going to double down on every other, quote, hateful statements, Harvard is going to go a different way. Instead of learning its lesson about free speech and universal applications, you mark my words, they're going to crack down on things even more. There's not going to be a Riley Gaines appearance on Harvard University ever, or anybody who sounds like her. And so it's going to be an overcorrection. This whole thing will have wound up hurting the free speech, such as it is at Harvard, even more than it already has been. I've got big news from Bonner Wines. This is only for true adventure seekers who are looking for more in their wine drinking experience than your grocery store big box wines. The Bonner Private Wine Partnership is releasing a wine so rare, it sells out practically every time it's been available. They invite you to come on an extraordinary journey to a remote vineyard where a never-before imported gem has wine enthusiasts everywhere raving. Picture this. Ready? Altitudes of up to 9,000 feet. Grapes up there defy nature's harshest challenges, thriving in poor soil, enduring extreme UV rays, and facing a thin atmosphere and volatile temperature swings. How can this be? How does the wine survive in this climate? Well, it does. The result of all this is a one-of-a-kind extreme altitude Malbec. Now, I have arranged special access for my listeners to get a bottle of this rare wine. Here's how you do it. Go to bonnerprivatewines.com, BONNER/MK, and become a member of the Bonner Private Wine Partnership. But act fast because you don't want to miss your chance. bonnerprivatewines.com/MK. Go there now for wine at 50% off plus free shipping. bonnerprivatewines.com/MK today to get your wine delivered directly to your doorstep. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.